Hello and welcome back to my channel, Jordan Mind, Body, and Soul, where we learn to take care of ourselves, mind, body, and soul. And today we're going to jump right into it. So if you clicked on this video, or if you found this video, then you already know this video is about dealing with rejection, but actually embracing rejection and learning to trust the process. Now, I know this is not something that is easy. It does take practice, it does take discipline, and it does take consistency, but it's something that you can do. So let me set things up a little bit. Rejection sucks. So instead of looking at rejection as something bad, there's two ways we can look at it. The first way is we can look at it as a passing of one situation and a birth of a new situation or opportunity. That's number one. And number two, road closure, right? So if there's one road that closes, there's usually another road that you're pointed to so that you can go in the direction that's going to help you get to your destination. Now, if we use I'm going to use the road closure example to ride out this video. A lot of times in life, right, we look at our destination and then we say, this is how I'm going to get there. This is where I'm going to go, and this is how I'm going to get there. If I go to college, if I do this, if I do that, we already have it planned out. But sometimes the exact way that we plan to get somewhere is not the way we are going to get there. That's the beautiful thing about life, is that we're kind of just figuring it out as we go. There's nobody really who has a blueprint. There's people who give advice and they're like, try this, try that. Like I always say, you can do exactly what somebody tells you and it will turn out differently for you. And that's because we all have our own past. We all have our own journeys. So right now, what I want you to do is to know that your feelings are completely valid. If you have received any type of rejection before, it sucks. It hurts because it feels like the best idea has been closed down, or like the best option has been taken away from you. But it hasn't. If you change into a positive mindset, the way you can look at it is, what? I thought that was going to work out for me. I thought that was going to be the best idea for me. That means something else even better is going to be an option. And it may not be something that's even better right away. It may just lead you to that next step of whatever it is that's better. But you have to believe that. You have to think that. Of course, the first 2 days, the first few moments after your rejection, you might sulk and feel a little sad, but then eventually you have to get back up. You can't stay down. You can't stay in that. You can't. Life is fun. Life is great. You're supposed to be excited and enjoy it. And rejection is just part of the process. You have to learn how to cope and deal with it. Now, I also, what led me to making this video is like a saying that's been circulating in my head, living rent-free. And I've seen it like on social media and stuff. Like even when I was driving, I keep running into this saying. And it's all it takes is one. All it takes is one. A lot of people will have their mind on a goal. Like, I have to get this far. Yes, but you have to take the first step. Oh, I want to make this money. Yes, but you have to invest the first dollar. I want this job. Yes, but start out with the application. Like, there's always the first. There's always the one. It's always the first step. So center and ground yourself in knowing that everything that's supposed to happen for you is going to happen for you. You have to work for it and you have to be patient. The process of positivity, the process of rejection is tough, but there's a brighter side to it, right? You don't have to just sit there and be sad and upset about it. Take your time. Have time in that state because you need to feel it, but you got to keep going. Something else that I want to share, again, like part of this human experience, is I've been rejected from jobs that I'm overqualified for. Like jobs that is like, the only reason I shouldn't get this job is because somebody else already has this position and y'all didn't take this listing down. Like that qualified for a job and I still didn't get it. There's been schools I've got rejected from when I was for undergrad. I think I applied to like 5 or 6 different schools. I got rejected from all of them except for FAMU. And that's where I went and graduated. And that's just another example of how all of that rejection led me to be exactly where I was supposed to be. And with this newfound confidence that like I have in life and that I'm trying to like help others get, I'm at the point where when I'm rejected from things, I'm just like, dang, not that? Okay. Oh no? Okay. This is a time, and like I said, I'm sharing this journey and experience with you guys, where I'm in a crossroads, as you already know, if you've seen other videos, from figuring out like what I want to do in life that I'm truly going to be happy and passionate about. And so a lot of it is career based. For like 2 years now, I've been applying to jobs that I think I was really confident about being like my career and being like my destination. And then after you get turned down from the first 3, you're like, okay. 4 or 5, 6, 7. Granted, the market is saturated and it's different than how it used to be when it comes to applying, because since everybody's applying online, you know, they're just looking at applications. They're like, nope, okay, nope, okay, no, whatever. I had a conversation with Terry, and then he was like, have you considered that maybe you're not supposed to be working for anyone? Like, you've put so much time into applications and you've put so much time into researching different companies and figuring out who has what, and you've done so much of that I have a business, the soap and scrub business that I have, the yoga business that I have. I pushed it to the side. I'm like, these are really cool, these are really fun, but as I'm taking on other endeavors, it's like I'm rejecting those options. And those may actually be the options that work for me if I stick with it. You see? And then so that, and then a few other, we went looking for houses. And there was one I really liked. I wasn't in love with it, but I really liked it. And then so much happened with that. But again, there was a rejection. And then that's another moment when I looked at it and I was like, wow. And I was like, okay, I liked it, but I wasn't in love with it. And we would have had to put like a little bit more work into it. And for the price of it, you kind of don't want to have to put any more work in it. If I'm going to pay that much for it, how much it costs, it needs to be done. And so that's again another time where I shift the idea of rejection from me being told no to me being told not that baby. Another way you can look at it is when we're being rejected from something, if you are spiritual or if you are religious and you have your higher power, you believe and you trust that they're going to get you where you need to go regardless. I'm not Christian, but I do have a higher power that I am connected with. And the way that I look at things is the same way that I look at how I protect my son. Legend likes to reach for a lot of stuff. He likes to try to climb on things, and me being his mom, me being an adult, I can see it and I can say, no, don't climb on that, because if you fall off, you can hurt yourself. He's not thinking about that. He's thinking about getting up there. Maybe there's a toy or something he's trying to get to. That's his only focus. He's so focused on that he cannot see any of the other components that could hurt him. Why wouldn't protection for you be the same? Why wouldn't rejection for you be the same? If you have like your higher power or your universe or whatever it is that you trust in and you invest into that source, why wouldn't they look out for you in return and be like, not that? And you keep going for it. And they're like, no. Look at the things that are working in your life. Look at all the yeses in your life. Because if you do like a balance, you get like a checks and balance. So if you look at it and say, how many yeses did I get? How many no's did I get? You get way more yeses. But those no's hurt. Those rejections hurt. But this is why we're reframing it. You're not being told no, never. It could be something that comes for you, but later in life. It could be something that does not come to you because something else is meant for you. And that's the hardest thing to accept. It is so hard, y'all. I'm not trying to make this seem easy at all. That's why I'm trying to share some of my experience and details, because it's happened to me. I mean, even dates, like I've been rejected, I've been stood up before. And that person, like at the time, it was when I was in college, that person at the time was someone who was very well, I'll say well known. They were well known on campus. And so I was like, oh my God, cool, you know, we're gonna go on a date, that's what's up. The first time he rescheduled, and I was like, okay, not a big deal. The second time I got stood up. I made it to the destination and he never came. So in that time, in that moment, I was just so hurt. I was so upset because I couldn't understand that. But then a few years later, like he got caught up in like a really bad scandal that has yet to be disproved. And I'm like, dang, that could have been me. So you also have to take a bigger look. So kind of remove yourself from the situation and take a bird's eye view from it. And think of this time of rejection or this time of being told no or this redirection as a point of you looking at all your options and all your opportunities. Because a lot of times we have tunnel vision and we get focused in, and that's good because then you can accomplish more that way. But also, once you're told no and that rejection comes in, you can limit yourself by feeling like that's the only way you can do this. And it's the part you don't want to hear, but rejection is normal. It's just the next step. It's what you do that either really shows like your bounce back from whatever it is that occurs in life. We have to learn, tribe, how to bounce back from those rejections, from those no's. And I'm actively practicing and finding ways to help myself do it so that I can help the tribe do it. So this isn't supposed to be a long video. This is supposed to be like, yes, I dealt with rejection. You see it, you click on it, you relate, go on about your day, apply it. Quickly, this is what you can do. So quickly, let's bottle it all up. If we had to say this quickly, tribe, what do we do when we deal with rejection? What is something we can do or resort to help us? Number one, acknowledge your emotions and your feelings. It's okay. You are human. You will move past this. Number two, reframe the situation. So move into a state of positivity. Stop looking at it like the end of the world. It feels like that, right? But we're past number one. We've already dealt with it. Number two, reframe the situation. Maybe this just isn't meant for me. You know what? There's something even better for me. Okay, this isn't the first time I got rejected. Like, that's when you start having conversations and dialogue with yourself like that, because now it's time to move on to the next step. Life keeps going. You can't just sit still just because you got rejected. You have to keep moving. Next, if possible, seek feedback. So if you're rejected from like a job or a school, like somewhere where they can tell you the requirements, like this is why we said no. In those cases, if you want it, get that feedback. Take what they say, become even better. Whatever it is, try to get feedback. Some things you can't get feedback from like that. Some things, your feedback is the no. It's the rejection. And so take that, reframe your mind, and figure out what the next step is. And that's to keep going. It seems like it should be so much more complicated, but it's not. You dust yourself off and you keep going. And know that everyone at one time or another is going to receive that. But once you keep going, once you keep being positive, it's eventually going to work out for you, because everything that is meant to happen for you will happen for you. And everything that you are meant to do, you will do. You are meant to be great. You are meant to be happy. You are meant to enjoy life. All of that is going to happen. You just got to do it. You just have to put in the action, the work. And that's what the tribe is for, guys. So remember, if you are dealing with that, it's time for you to get up. It's time for you to be positive and know that you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. It's not a no forever. It's not a death sentence. It's the rebirth and the opportunity to reframe your mind and to go for something else. Go for what you want. You can do it. Don't forget, take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.